It's October 2021 and it's Humble Choice time again. I'm going to be giving away a few games this month, stay tuned till the end to find out. First up this month is Katana Zero, an action platformer with stealth elements. You play an assassin going through a number of levels to kill everyone and leave the most mess possible. There's instant death if you're hit, so you have to use the environment, dodging, and some sneaking and planning to kill everyone before they kill you. Apparently the gameplay is the player planning out what will happen as they can see the future somehow, and at the end of the level you get a replay. It seems a weird way of explaining multiple level attempts and having a replay mode, and it's a bit annoying to have that extra bit to skip after each level. Overall it's stylish and good fun, and it's the first of a number of pixel art style games this month, and the first game I'll be giving away. Next is Amnesia Rebirth. I've played a number of the games in the franchise, but never really got drawn in enough to play them fully. This one's a bit different. I found myself pulled into the story pretty quickly, and I'll be playing through it this month. In this game you play Tazi, who survives a plane crash and has to wander through caves and tombs to find out what happened to her companions. I'm only a little way in, but the game is pretty creepy already, and the visuals are great, and the sound design is really atmospheric. I might actually do some Twitch streams of this and some other horror titles this month. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments.
On March 3rd,
This looks like someone took an idea for an action game and added turn-based strategy, and made it a bit boring. Overall the game isn't terrible, but the pacing doesn't feel very John Wick. "112 Operator" is a top-down emergency services control simulator. As a control operator, you receive calls and notifications and manage your resources to respond to emergencies as you see fit.
I would like to report a robbery.
Are you there?
When did it happen?
5 minutes ago.
As this is basically the same as 911 Operator but with a more European feel, I'm giving this one away. The footage here is all from 911 Simulator, but it's essentially the same game. Next is Guts and Glory. The concept reminds me a bit of games like Trials HD. You have to get a variety of characters with different modes of transport through waypoints to a finish line, while avoiding being killed by people, traps, and your own driving. My favourite is the old guy in a lawn chair with a propane canister strapped underneath him like a booster rocket. He's quite fun. I'm really not the target audience for most card games. Ring of Pain is a card combat game, but instead of fighting cards with cards, you're just fighting cards. There are potions, power-ups, loot, and monster cards, each with their own attacks. You can choose who to fight to get yourself past each stage, but I'm terrible at this game. Garage Bad Trip is a great addition for spooky season. It's a top-down pixel art zombie shooter with some survival elements. You find resources, smash the undead, save the girl, and try not to get eaten. So craft yourself an axe and get chopping. The Textorcist is a game where you play an exorcist priest removing demons from people's bodies with the power of typing. It reminds me a bit of Epistory, but it's a little bit fiddly to move around while typing, especially as they fire so much stuff that it'd make any space shoot 'em up jealous. The game itself can be a bit buggy. If the devs are watching, please set some resolution options in windowed mode. Other than that, it's not too bad, looks good, and nobody gets molested. In Tools Up, you play a handyman who has to do some renovations on houses before a time limit expires. Controls can be a bit fiddly to get used to at first, but the game itself is decent. I imagine that in multiplayer this could be like playing that ultimate divorce simulator game, Overcooked. It's pretty fun though and worth a play. At first I thought Hiveswap Friendsim would be the sequel to the Hiveswap adventure game, which was a bit of a homage to 90s point and click adventures. Sadly, this is like a virtual visual novel. and a terrible one at that. The whole point is to chat to people and then pick the options that result in them becoming your friend. Each story only has 2 to 3 options, so if you choose the wrong one, you'll dump back to the menu and you'll be clicking through the dialogue to get back to choose a different path. Considering there are only a few options per story, and even winning dumps you back to the menu, this is a pretty mediocre attempt at a game meets visual novel. Definitely don't bother even installing it. I thought of this as a platform shmup, but apparently it's described as a synth-punk roguelike 2D action shooter. As the name suggests, gameplay is set in a world where it's always 1988 and I'm 12 years old. Each time you die, you unlock characters and upgrades which may improve subsequent run attempts. It's not bad, but part of me thinks this would be better on the Nintendo Switch. And finally, we have Syberia 3. I'm sure I've at least tried the previous games as they came out 15 to 20 years ago, but I can't remember them at all. In this adventure game, you play American lawyer Kate Walker, who is travelling across Syberia for some reason. It's an okay adventure and good for killing a bit of time, though the writing and dialogue does feel a bit hacky and forced. I'll probably play it through at least. So that's it, a mixed bag, but not too much utter garbage. For me, I'll be playing Amnesia, Syberia 3, and probably Garage Bad Trip. For the giveaways, I'm giving away Katana Zero, 112 Operator, and the Textorcist. To win, just let me know in the comments which game you want and subscribe, and I'll pull someone's name next Friday. For a second chance to win, follow on Twitter and retweet the post linking this video. It's worth following me on Twitter anyway, as I currently give away 4 games per week there. Thanks for watching, and as ever, like, subscribe, all that stuff, it really helps me out. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.